Okay, guys. Okay. Here we go. Ahmpy is one of the participants. Wait, hold on a second. First of all, Neo's been lying about his MMR. He said he's 1290 MMR. I see 1306 here. That's 16 MMR more. That's 1.6 wins more than I thought. So he's actually favored over Ahmpy. But anyway, let me introduce this. Ahmpy is one of the 8 participants of the Grubby Warcraft 3 Invitational that's happening on March 14th. Neo is one... Oh my god, Neo with the smackdown. GGHF. Good game? Already? Like, it's already over? Like, Neo thinks he already won? Oh my god. That is the super BM by Neo. I can't believe this. Anyways, Neo is the frontman for Back to Warcraft streaming collective. Together with Carson and Remo Demo. They've been covering Warcraft 3 esports probably recently in like the last 20 years or whatever. But I know of them since like 2015 or so. So they've been holding down the fort for Warcraft 3 esports casting. Neo is undead. He knows the game at pretty high level when casting. But when playing, these old hands have to follow the head. And that's sometimes wherein lies the problem. So they're pretty much at the same level. It should be a really respectable show match between these two fellers. Ahmpy is a World of Warcraft classic player and has recently branched out into Warcraft 3. Had a pretty lukewarm beginning, even losing to Tyler in their one-on-one ladder match. But then, second match, he beat Tyler. They met each other twice on ladder. And by now, he has actually gotten too far away from Tyler for them to even meet on ladder. Ahmpy's been putting in 16-hour stream days. We're talking about a grind of like 50, 60 games in a day. He spam queues insanely much. And his chosen race is Night Elf. So we're going to have a Night Elf against Undead, best of 3. Alright, here we go. Let's take a look at the strategies. We've got a Demon Hunter coming out for Ahmpy. He has mastered the art of Ancient of War creeping. He only occasionally last hits a creep with the Ancient of War. But mostly tries not to. Loves Immolation, loves Demon Hunter, hates picking Evasion. For some reason, he's a massive fan of Keeper of the Grove's Thorns ability. Keeper is a hero that he hates, but he gets him all the time, even third sometimes, because of Thorns. He'll even first pick Thorns. And that's so funny because I've never seen anyone do that. Oh look, he's learned about creeping with his demon away from the main camp, letting Archer and Ancient of War finish it. This is actually really high level creeping, with some beauty errors. Only high level elves do this. Like anyone like, I don't know, 1700 plus MMR, 2000 plus, and Ahmpy. Like Ahmpy is, he's very, very good and very bad at the same time. Like sometimes when you look at him, it's really impressive. He's got some really high level habits, but he's also got some strange behaviors, like picking Keeper third and then going Thorns first. Like he just loves the idea of his enemy hitting themselves back. As for Neo, I'm not as familiar with his play actually. He practices his one-on-one every now and then. He has this Creepjack show, I think it's German, and he plays some one-on-one there when he's not casting. Of course, he watches a lot of Ahmpy, who is a high-level player, as Undead, so he kind of knows how to control the flow of the game, I think. So I think Neo's goal here is probably to make sure that Ahmpy is not expanding. This is also where it becomes apparent whether Neo has been watching Ahmpy or not, or has he only known about his journey. Like if you're not spending 10 hours a day outside of your own streams, watching other streams, are you really a streamer? So he's kind of checking for Tree of Life, doesn't see any, sees the Hunter's Hole beginning. That's a potential cancel, that can be pretty nice. Normally Hunter's Hole is not a super high value cancel because it has quite a lot of health. And that means you need a lot of DPS to actually kill the progress threshold. It starts with 126 health, it has 1100 health. But if you meet it early enough, then you can cancel it. But anytime you meet it when it's like halfway, it's usually a waste to focus it. Neo gets one cancel, turns around, got mana burned a couple of times, and is just gonna go back. So what is his plan now? Graveyard coming in. Nice timing on the Graveyard. Going all the way to 30 population on ghouls, actually. So he's got 5 here, that's gonna be a 6th. There's 4 here, that's 10 ghouls. That's more ghouls than I recommended Soda popping to play in the coaching. Not that he's been detailedly following all my instructions. Soda popping is back to Graveyard before teching up to tier 2, even though I told him never to do it. Neo, luckily a better student. Then again, he's probably seen about 10,000 happy games in the last 10 years. So that probably helps. Ahmpy is going to move his Ancient of War to another camp. Going to try and creep somewhere else. Most likely going to be going with the greedy Panda rather than the safer and more conservative Naga. Ahmpy has really been flexing his greed muscles. We're talking like Panda solo, Warden solo against Night Elf. Like, he's been experimenting a lot. He's not just grinding, he's watching VODs and trying out a lot of different things. And that actually creates a very powerful set of skills. What is this? There's no way. Is this actually a route? Anyway, the combination of experimenting, studying, and grinding is a very powerful mix that basically every pro gamer should want to have. And in a way, you could say that he kind of is a pro gamer in World of Warcraft anyway. That's -1 archer, maybe -2 if we're lucky. Oh, yep, there we go. See, like I said, good and bad at the same time. Insane multitask, has plans within plans within plans, but also does things like this. Let's see, double Ancient of Lore, tier 3. It's got a good amount of wisps. Second hero, he has money for it, didn't hire yet. Still, that's a demon level 3. And you know what? You think that's gonna make Ahmpy discouraged or demoralized? No. I have been watching this guy as a madman. Sometimes, one time I saw early on in his practice, he had a demon level 3, 4 archers. He went to creep the mercenary camp on Last Refuge. He lost his demon 3, and Ancient of War, and 4 archers, and he lost the troll priest that he hired. I don't even know how it's possible to lose all those, but he lost to the camp in the most spectacular way possible. He didn't even have a reaction. There was no esports headshake, which if you don't know what that is, it's this. Nothing like that at all. He just kept playing, and then he actually ended up winning the game. Really sick. So he doesn't easily get demoralized. Okay, what's Neo doing? More ghouls? Actually, mass ghouls. With Lich second and his first statue coming out. He saw the Demon Hunter because of the tactically left behind skeletons, which was totally on purpose. And therefore he disengaged from the natural camp. Not without a reward at all. He took the level 4 creep, which gave him an item. Namely the Gloves of Haste, which he has yet to give to the Lich. But that's a pretty nice pickup. Ghoul is gonna die to creeps. Panda is solo creeping with Archer and Ancient of War. He's redirecting the Ancient of War so as to not last hit the Overseer with it, which would deny the experience. That's a Panda's Talisman of Evasion. Can be nice on Demon or on Panda. Like I said, very greedy play by Ahmpy. Sloppy on the macro oftentimes. Both of his lores are currently not in commission. All of his attention is going towards future plans and creeping. The moment the creeping is finally done, he remembers to make his Druids of the Claw. So he can be weak against a rush. Ooh, Slipper Sail. He can be weak against a rush, but if he's not attacked, he's a fearsome harasser. Here comes his next harass. He sees level 2 Lich, insta mana burn. That's minus 85 on the burn, minus 125 on the Nova. That's 210 mana gone for the Lich for the feeble exchange of 100 plus damage on the Demon. Very good trade for Ahmpy. Neo has Orb of Corruption. He's given the gloves to Lich, but not yet the Orb to the Lich. His statues are right here, providing extra regeneration. Could be a... oh, there we go. Ahmpy gets the final creep. That's Panda level up. Ancient of War is rooted. Bears come out with Adept form. Now getting the Master training, as well as Druid of the Claw. Still a lot of gaps in Ahmpy's knowledge. He doesn't get Ultra Vision almost ever from what I saw. He's also spamming Wisps right now, even though he has 6 Wisps. Getting 3 extra. He has 7, 8. He has 8 Wisps. He's making 3 more. He'll be at 11. Which means that even though he's a little low on lumber now... Okay, that's 10 Wisps. Soon, Ahmpy is going to be at like 10... at like 1,000 lumber. It's more than he needs to. But it can make you ready for an expansion in the future. Neo doing some nice creeping. Knowing the priority camps. This is one of the contested creep camps. It drops a very good item, Wand of Mana Stealing, or something off the same drop table. Ahmpy is creeping what you would call conservatively. This is a symmetrically mirrored creep camp, level 474. It is mirrored over here on the minimap, 474. So anytime you take a camp on your own side that the enemy has as well, that's conservative. Anytime you take a creep camp in the middle that's contested, like Neo just did, that's aggressive. And it makes sense because around the 10-minute mark, or earlier if you're a pro, Undead generally gets aggressive. They finish their Ghoul Frenzy upgrade, which Neo has. You've got your first Destroyer. You get near to hiring a third hero, if that's going to be your choice. Third heroes for Undead against Elf often include heroes such as Dark Ranger, Naga Sea Witch, Goblin Tinker. One of those has been a popular hero for Undead. As a third, you can do Crypt Lord. In the past, Crypt Lord was a good third hero against Night Elf. I recommend it for newbies as well to go Crypt Lord. It's easier to use than Dark Ranger or Tinker. We have a Scroll of Healing purchased by Neo. He's going to try to hit his timing. We've got another statue coming in. He's at 50 pop, not going over 50 yet. Which, we'll see how this goes. This is a pretty scary army. Demon Hunter here, getting surrounded. Nice surround by Neo. His statues are currently not both healing. One of them is auto-attacking. He's going over for the Demon Hunter. Huge Coil Nova nuke. But there's a Staff of Preservation from Ahmpy. He saves the demon at 31 HP. That was insane. There's a coil on the Panda. Panda accidentally walks back in and will be dying. Neo lost his entire ghoul frontline. His heal scroll activated after about 8 ghouls died. There you see the pitiful semblance of what used to be ghouls in a mass graveyard, which Ahmpy dealt to him. He killed all those ghouls. Heal scroll activated when there was only 2 ghouls left. Neo's trying to run away with what he has. Ahmpy trying to get that fiend. That's a Dark Ritual deny. Means no experience to Ahmpy. Neo's trying to run away with his Lich. Doesn't have enough mana on his Death Knight, so he will try to pass an invulnerability potion, and he will indeed do so. Uses it instantly. Didn't have the nerves of steel to try and see if he could get away without using it. And overall, I would say Ahmpy is kind of in the lead now. There was a lot of ghoul deaths. But Neo has a secondary plan. He already successfully nuked the Pandaren Brewmaster once, and he's not afraid to do it again. Although Neo doesn't have mana right now, he will for some future engagement. He's currently fighting from a place of comfort. He's fighting in the vicinity of his own base. That means he has an easy escape. He shouldn't be losing any units here, but he will. Down goes the Destroyer, that's -5 population. Now focus fire on the Panda though. There's no staff on the Panda. He gives him the Town Portal with the Demon Hunter, and Town Portal's away, which gives you invincibility. Panda gets away. He gets an exit kill on another Destroyer. Fantastic focus fire by Ahmpy. That's minus another 5 food. That's 300 gold per Destroyer. There was a bear that died for Ahmpy, and he lost the Town Portal, immediately buying another one, by the way. But that was a great escape, and is also indicative of how much he has been improving. I doubt many of the other Onlyfangers right now would be fast enough in such a moment to pass their Town Portal to the second hero. Ahmpy's a gamer. Neo will immediately start creeping. Anytime you're wondering, should I attack the opponent right when they TP? Generally the answer is no. Think of it like this. Anytime you travel on the map from your base to theirs, that's 30 seconds. Anytime you travel anywhere, that's seconds. Anytime traveling is not technically productive. It will of course lead to you being productive. If you move to them and then you attack them and you kill them, you win the game. That was productive. But the movement itself is lost time in a way. So if you are in your own base near a high value camp and they just Town Portaled out, if they are going to attack you again, that's plus 30 seconds for them. That's 30 seconds you can spend productively. So even if you're winning hard, when they Town Portal out from a fight, generally you're not attacking immediately in Warcraft 3. You're licking your wounds, you're regenerating health and mana, you're taking any camps nearby, you're trying to create sensible creep routes. And Neo actually forgot he already took this camp, came back here. Maybe he took a look at the marketplace to see if there's any items for sale that he might want, like Calls of Attack on Lich. Might be that. Taking a pretty low camp here. I don't like this move too much because this creates 3 corpses, which actually tells a story to the next player that comes here. My opponent has been here recently. Which, you know, if you creep this and then you go for the red spot, it makes it far more likely for them to find you because they know you were here. Now, it happens to be that Neo is taking this camp, which Ahmpy and Neo both knew had not been taken. But let's say if Ahmpy had taken this camp before, Neo kills this and then goes here. Then Ahmpy, by process of elimination, can say, I know this camp is not available, so there's nothing to do for him there. So he must have gone here afterwards. And you'll be easier to find and be creepjacked, backstabbed essentially. Ahmpy rinses out the bottom and kills the level 474 here, giving him another high value item, Potion of Invulnerability. He's got one of the Cyclone. He's got 56 population, making as many units as he can to reinforce. Here, he could try to make another Dryad. He's at 56 pop. Neo, 49. This is with Town Portal. This is not an all-in by Neo. And Neo knows it. He's here to bring Ahmpy back, to make Ahmpy on the defensive, assuming Ahmpy will be over 50 pop and Neo is not. Neo is saving up. He wanted to kill a couple of buildings, he did, and now he's going to try and disengage and see if he can save his Town Portal. But he is playing a dangerous game. If Neo Town Portal's out here, that is like ceding map control. It's like giving away the red spot. After all, if you're Ahmpy and you're pro, which of course he's not, someone TP's out from here, they're not strong enough to fight you, would you not take the red spot immediately? You know you're the only one in the vicinity and that the enemy just TP'd out, not ready to fight. And Ahmpy does exactly that. He brings his army to the red spot. That's why you should never take someone in the direction of a high value camp and then Town Portal out. If Neo was ever going to Town Portal out, it should be instantly here while he's still in Night Elf base, so that he can start booking it from his own base in the direction of the red spot, the same time that the Night Elf will go from his base. So you'll get there equally fast. Taking him here and then TPing is giving away map control, which is a bit of a blunder. And now he's going to try and contest the spot. He's basically hoping that Ahmpy's not taking it. And this hope will actually be forlorn. It will be in vain. Cool tech switch though by Neo. He's gone for Banshees. This is why he stayed on 50 a bit. He was preparing a tech switch. He has upgraded them all the way to Master upgrade. Banshees will be able to provide a protective shield that will protect 300 points of spell damage coming from Immolation, Mana Burn, Fire Breath, and the Drunken Haze fire over time when combined with Fire Breath. That's strong enough by itself. But that is a Adept upgrade, which is number 1. He's got number 2, which is Master upgrade. This unlocks a new tech called Possession. It's a 220 mana channel. The Banshee is more vulnerable as it channels, but if they're not killed when they're channeling, they will steal a unit outright. They will possess the unit. Just like is happening right here. The Banshee. And he got a bear. That's one bear now fighting for Neo. Ahmpy got robbed. Wand of Cyclone there on the Demon Hunter. Devour removes it. Another Cyclone on the Abomination. The next Coil Nova may take out the Demon. Ahmpy blunders. He uses his Staff of Preservation on the Druid of the Claw, which Neo saw. So he was able to use a Coil Nova on the Demon, knowing that Panda cooldown on the Staff had already been used. Now without a Demon, without a Panda, the Night Elf army is fighting without a leader, like a Zerg Swarm without its Cerebrate. And it is chaos. Ahmpy sends his Panda towards the tavern to revive the Demon Hunter. The Demon Hunter comes back in. Bam! Another Coil Nova. We're playing Whack-A-Mole with Illidan here. He's dead again. That's gotta be it. Neo, with his cold, calculating patience, his knowledge of the game, has managed to strike down one of OnlyFans' most hopefuls in this Warcraft 3 invitational tournament, showing that experience beats youth and speed. Neo has bears, 3 bears here, another Banshee coming in. What a genius, what a great strategy. Is probably going to be taking the first map here in this best of 3. Destroyer, Bear, Abomination, pretty good army composition. And there's more Banshees coming in all the time. Ahmpy, being clobbered with his own units, must be feeling the desperation now as he's trying to revive his Demon Hunter from his own Altar of Elders. Pandaren Brewmaster does trickle damage, but what is it good for? Is it going to be enough? Very likely not, as Neo brings in his statues, able to give extra healing to his units every time they drop low. The War of Attrition will not be won by Ahmpy. There should be a coil with Panda's name on it, but there's an invulnerability potion. Ahmpy survives yet a little bit more. Nice damage on the Fiend in the back, but Neo switched his focus on the Dryads, on the Bears, taking them down, waiting for the invulnerability to pass. But this was a greater invulnerability. It's not 7 seconds, but 15. Boom! Another Drunken Haze Fire Breath. Good damage. There's a coil on the Fiend, keeping it alive. Panda doesn't have cooldowns yet, comes back regardless with an Orb of Venom. Is tempting Neo to use that coil spell. There it is. And a Town Portal will block the final points of damage coming in from the Lich and Fiends. Ahmpy not an easy one to give up. He's going to stay a little bit more, going to do some detonates with Wisps. to remove the mana from the Fiends and the Lich. Unfortunately, didn't clip the Death Knight with that. So if Neo feels like it, hey, it's a pretty good day to coil, he could kill that Panda, but he decides to save a unit. Drawing out the Suffering a little bit more, demoralize someone in map 1, and then make sure to clinch ultimate victory in map 2. It seems to be Neo's plan here. Making this defeat last as long as possible without closing it out any earlier than even when it could be is his play to demoralize. Seems like such a nice guy out of the games, but evil when playing Warcraft 3. Neo's got DK Lich level 5, the feared undead duo of mass destruction. He's gonna pull back, but this is a ploy. This is some Sun Tzu's Art of War. Appear weak when you're strong. He has baited Ahmpy out of the base. Will immediately turn around and attack the Pandaren Brewmaster, who drops really low. Demon Hunter does a minus 25 mana burn, trying to run away. There's not enough mana to cast spells, but sheer auto attacks are probably going to be enough. Neo is moving in to the base like he owns it. Another heal pot on the Demon Hunter. But it's not going to be enough. Neo smells blood in the water and he's going in for the kill. He's finding the demon and the panda stuck in the back of the base. A final spiteful fire breath by a panda from Ahmpy, but he calls GG. Neo calls GG for the second time this game. He already predicted it at the start of the game. Won't actually be killing the heroes, but he has won the game. 1-0 for Neo. GG. Gonna host the second map. Yeah, Ahmpy had a strong start. Kind of messed up his creep route with the 3 archers. But then Neo just had this solid build that I assume Ahmpy hasn't faced all that much. I don't think he's played a lot against Master Banshees. Banshee effect is pretty hard to see in large fights. It's a good game. Good competitive game. They're ready. Here we go. Neo always writes GGHF. It's a bit weird, but he doesn't mean it weird. I know, there's like 10 people that do that. I think Happy, he probably copied it from Happy. Do you think he's going to adapt now in GOHF to be more international friendly? Or do you think he will stick to his principles and say GGHF? What's the counter to Banshees? You have to kill them when they're channeling, they take bonus damage. Or you can silence or stun them when they're channeling. He's going to stick to his guns, guys. GGHF1 from Neo. Yeah, Happy only writes HF, actually. That's true. GGHF, you too. The first time I saw GG being misused was in 2003. I was playing against South Koreans at my first South Korean tournament. And, you know, the reason I can say they're wrong rather than I'm being wrong is because GG already existed in the West as a way to close out games when you lost. The South Koreans on the ladder often said GG at the start. Our answer as internationals was usually, already? Really? Already? Because it was etiquette to say it at the end of games. But yeah, that didn't really last. They didn't know what we're talking about. They kept saying it over the years. And then I guess the same way that literally became figuratively, GG can now be an opening greet. Why not? It's meant well anyway. In StarCraft, they all say GG at the start. Yeah, well, in StarCraft, they're all Korean, right? So you kind of see where that came from. Does Entangle break Banshee channel? Yes. Keeper of the Grove Entangle. Let's see. Dark Ranger Silence. Tinker Rockets. Stormbolt. Firelord Soulburn. Doom from Pitlord probably stops it. Raider Net. Tarn Chieftain War Stomp. But yeah, and like I said, Death. Death will stop it as well. Firelord Volcano Stun, true. Oh, you can also staff bears out of possession. That's actually a really big, important one, but not very intuitive. You can just staff a bear out of possession. So like, if you're against Banshee possession, you should probably... Oh, that was close. You should probably get a 3rd hero and 3 staffs of preservation. That way you'll cancel the first 3 possessions. Pitlord Impale. You mean Cryptlord Impale, Dreadlord Sleep? Yep, those are all cancels as well. So Ahmpy starting with some Ancient of War creeping. Gets a very nice Claws of Attack. Has done a Ancient of Wonders cancel, by the way, to get to 21 population faster. And starts his tech at a pretty nice time, 244. Neo is starting creeping as well. Use the AI trick there, where you attack your own unit, and retarget enemy aggro. Watch what he will do with this ghoul. He's going to attack his own Death Knight, but lost faith that it would actually work. He saw it too late, so he panic coiled it because he didn't want to lose a creep on stream. he was trying to do the AI trick, but coiled it. Ahmpy comes here and immolates the crab camp. Now the question is, will he go to the green camp here in the top left? This one of Neo, will he harass? Is he going to heal at the fountain or walk back to the Moonwell? A bronze player this far out on the map generally would go home and heal. Bronze players go home way too much in general. Ahmpy's going to check, are you Crypt Lord expanding? That's nice. And then he's going to go to the secondary camp. He's actually going to find Neo there. Unless he goes straight to the Acolytes. Should be a mana burn and immolate. He could turn on immolation. He's gonna choose not to do so. That's a double coil. No dust of appearance on Neo, so this archer is safe for now. Nice hide there by Ahmpy. Ahmpy will be taking quite a lot of damage from the skeletons. Turns on Immo a little bit too late. Wants that creep. This seems pretty crazy. 37 HP. Well, we can't say that he's a coward. He's quite daring. Oh, he figured he's gonna get surrounded, so he's making a run for it. Halt! Stop right there, you criminal scum. One archer will go down. Will Neo try to get more? Acolyte sees Demon Hunter going home. Normally, when you see Demon going home like this, wouldn't you want to pull all your ghouls and creep a big camp? Because you know he's first running home, plus 10 seconds, and then another 30 to get back to the gold mine. Would have been a great opportunity for Neo to creep. But he's like psyching himself out. He walked to the shop, walked back again. Oh, he wanted to take out the ghoul from his group, but he gave the order to his whole army. He's gonna start this camp. No. What are we doing, Neo? Where are we going? Yeah, we're gonna do the camp. Okay, and he's using Acolyte to scout if he's getting creep jacked. That took a while, but that's how it is at this elo oftentimes. Ahmpy, for some reason, is getting a second Ancient of War. Is Neo a pro? No, he's a full-time Warcraft 3 caster. He's not a pro. He's at 12. He's at 1309 W3 Champions MMR. I think that's silver probably. I'm not sure actually. It could be more. I don't know. The season just reset. Anyway, Ahmpy is at 1280 himself, so he's very close. Naga coming in with Frost Arrow, presumably. That's a level 3 Death Knight. Int Tome would be nice for Naga. He's gonna take it on Demon instead. Second Ancient of War. You know what? I feel like... was this planned to be a shop? Surely he's not gonna go Mass Huntress all in or Mass Archer all in. Wait, he just got Boots of Speed. He's got 2 Ancient of War, but spend money on Boots of Speed. No Nerubian Tower, so this could be quite a good attack. He said he doesn't want to go bears again. Oh, okay. But when adapting build order, it's not very clean. He's getting improved bows now. So far, there's no purpose for the Hunter's Hole yet. He's not producing from both AOWs. There is a Nerubian coming for Neo now. That should be the end of this attack. I kind of like the idea of just going Mass Archer Huntress or something. Trying to make a surprise. Getting some ghouls here. There we go. He's going to go Huntress. Okay. Is this a practice build order? Or is he just winging it? He didn't like facing destroyers very much with bears, I don't think. So he's trying to do some pressure with Archer Huntresses. Huntress are... I like to think of Huntresses as Neanderthals with a bronze axe and a stone shield. Would they beat me, a modern streamer man? Yes. Would they beat a man with a gun? No. So making Huntresses now in what's essentially the modern age, as people are headed towards tier 3, usually not a good idea. You'll be facing much better units than Huntresses themselves. Well, Ahmpy seems committed to continue attacking. The coils, though, are bringing his Demon Hunter pretty low. It's not quite an all-in. It's not quite a tech. Ahmpy is doing something in between. Has now gone to tier 3 and made a lore anyway. So... Yeah, I guess he lost hope that this was going to be a big attack. No archer upgrades except improved bows. No production. Is switching to bears after all. Will this have faced Neo? I doubt it. He's an old cat. He's seen it all on all his travels. He's just getting his statues. He's not forgetting his macro. There's an Orb of Corruption. More archers going down. Once Orb of Corruption is out, the damage output is insane. I think every new Warcraft 3 player soon learns to respect this awful sound of Orb of Corruption and how much damage it can do. There's a pretty good chance Naga gets blocked by archers and that Death Knight will get a kill. But look at that! We see some high-level body blocks with the archer. Ahmpy controls the way. This is like the high-level stuff that tempers some of the low-level stuff, like double Ancient of War, no production, let's go tier 3 anyway. He's got some very high-level habits and some low-level. That was a really nice block, keeping the rest of his army safe. Neo, does he have Ghoul Frenzy yet? No, and he's not making it. So at least that has been forgotten. Neo forgot his Ghoul Frenzy timing. It's still 9 minutes. It's not too late to get it. There we go. Okay, so how long does it take? Like a minute? I guess it'll be ready at 10:20, which means Neo's timing is a little bit delayed because he forgot the Frenzy. But that also means that Ahmpy only has a minute to make a sensible army. We're looking at Naga 2 at best, Demon 3. We're looking at 4 archers and a bear with 4 dryads coming up now. With no Master Bear upgrade yet. So he's suddenly going into Mass Dryads. He turned off Frost Arrow for creeping. Didn't have it on for 2 auto attacks. Turned it on during this harass, which is actually kind of good. To notice that and then turn it on. Kills 1 ghoul. But I think Neo got what he came for. He's got a Potion of Greater Healing on the Lich. Buys another Potion of Healing. Which makes me feel like Neo is putting Ahmpy on doing too much hero focus fire. Like, it's like, if you focus my hero, I'll be ready for that. Neo's actually pooling money so that he can hire a 3rd hero. It feels like that's what he's doing. He's making Abomination now. Maybe because he's seeing like a high octane, high tier 1, tier 2. He's getting Abomination. Aboms are not very high importance against Druids of the Claw. But if you're against Archer Dryad, Abom is the king. He doesn't die easily. So getting one of those, I kind of like that by Neo. Target fire on the Demon Hunter. Ahmpy would need to know, does he have mana on DK? Does he have mana pot? Because then you can get coiled. Ahmpy kills a Destroyer. Does some pretty nice target fire here. Some nice micro, pulling Dryads back, but it came back. Demon wanted to zone out. Death Knight wanted to zone out the Demon Hunter. Now Ahmpy will try to get one more kill. Death Knight has 68 mana. He kills the Fiend. He will lose more archers. One thing Ahmpy doesn't do a lot yet is get Abolish Magic and then actually use it. I think he has the upgrade, but he doesn't usually use it on skeletons. Demon Hunter went back to heal, but it was empty. He's been headbanging a bit too hard and now has a massive hangover and won't be able to heal back on time. Neo at level 3.7, Lich level 2.4, Naga is 2.5, and Demon is 3.2. So small experience lead to Neo. Ahmpy is trying to make the game weird. Bunch of archers, bunch of dryads, and then into bears. Also getting Ancient of Wonders now. He's getting Druid of the Claw training, but more dryads. Ahmpy's trying to make the game weird to put Neo out of his comfort zone. Usually the more experienced Kadger will do that to the young upstart youngling. In this case, it's the other way around. Actually, I don't even know their age gap. For all I know, Neo might be younger than Ahmpy. I just mean it in terms of their Warcraft 3 experience. What's Neo's MMR? 1309. Alright, let's see this fight. There is Master Claw training. There's Mana Burn. He should be using that instantly on the Death Knight. Demon Hunter goes back for Orb of Venom, presumably? He's just like, see ya, nerd. Yeah, but the fight started. It's like, I don't care. I want Staff and Orb of Venom. Like, he didn't even Mana Burn before he left. Okay. That's +1 kill for Ahmpy. 0 losses so far in this fight. It's 1-0 for Ahmpy. Bear runs away. Dryad. Nice micro. Demon gets Novad, goes for the back statue. Screw that statue in particular. Nice mana burn before coil. Kills another fiend. Hasn't lost a unit yet. There goes the first Dryad. It's 2-1 in favor of Ahmpy. He's focusing another fiend. That's 3-1. And he's got a staff out. That's a 3-1 trade in favor of Ahmpy. That's 3-2. Dryad exit kill. Neo took a small loss there. 2 fiends and an A-bomb for a single Dryad. Or 2 Dryads, actually. Very good trade for Ahmpy. He's a little low on lumber. 1, 2. Wait, hold on a second. 5 wisps. What the Sigma is going on? He only has 5 wisps. Running a very tight ship with lumber. Has enough just to make 1 more bear. Got a 5th Dryad coming. Wisp Scout detonates, so he doesn't give XP to the towers, which, by the way, towers never take XP. Neo gives the Orb of Corruption to DK, so that both of his heroes can attack air. He will get the Red Drake. He can drop a very good item. Devotion, Rope of the Magi, I would say some of the best. True Shot. I think you want one of those. Armor Aura, Damage Aura for ranged, or a Rope of the Magi. So Neo can't complain. Top 3 item for sure. Ahmpy gets the expansion spot, nets him a Talisman of Evasion, buys an invulnerability potion. I've told Ahmpy before that Staff of Preservation and Town Portal Scroll should be on the same hero. That way, if the hero gets attacked, you Town Portal. If the other hero gets attacked, you can staff him. By having TP and Staff on different heroes, if Demon ever drops low and Naga staffs the Demon, then the group has no more way to get out of the fight. It's a little risky. Naga also has no way to save herself, because she has Staff, and Demon has the other 2 items that make you invul. So Naga Focus Fire could be powerful for Neo. Neo is at 50 population. He's segueing into 3 extra Over Ziggurats and a Temple of the Damned. He's at 50 pop, which means he's getting full income. Ahmpy has gone to 58 population, full on Dryads. I haven't seen him play like this a lot. Usually he's spamming bears, but now it's way more Dryads. Now Dryads are a supply inefficient unit. They cost a lot of supply. In other words, when looking at someone's supply, it's important to evaluate that much of that is Dryads. They're 3 supply, but they're not really worth 3 in the late game. In the early game, yes. In the late game, really not that much. They're kind of vulnerable. They have a lot of utility. They're fast, magic immune, they dispel, they poison, they slow, decent and good damage. But they die pretty easily. And at some point the undead heroes just get too high level, the undead army gets too big, where Dryads really don't have as much of an effect. Now, we know this in the Warcraft scene, but Ahmpy is discovering this firsthand. He wants to try. Right? He's at 500 gold. He needs to make 2 bears right now before the Moonwell dies. And does not do so. Now he's supply blocked. So there is a base trade. And I think the damage is quite similar. The best base traders are melee damage, like normal. And there's 2 bears here versus 2 A-bombs here. So they're killing each other at a pretty equal rate. But Moonwell's dying is more painful. They're both gonna Town Portal. No exit kills for either player. But during all this, and maybe... Yes, during all this, Ahmpy intentionally expanded. Because he was predicting, we're base trading, we'll both portal out, we might both sit on our ass after that, and then I want to make sure I have a TP, I have a expansion coming up. Pretty cool. Expansion Mass Dryad builds for a Night Elf are a real build, but usually you'll have like a 4 to 8 minutes expand. This is 17. It's a little late. It can still work. Gold mines run out by the 21-minute mark. This expansion will start paying off around that same time, so it's not like he'll be double base for long. Mana burn, not possible. Neo did very good zoning. 1 destroyer kill though by Ahmpy. Good job. Where are the bears? He's going to target both destroyers. There was a coil nova on the demon. There's a rejuvenation. By zoning the destroyers away, the rejuvenation on the demon actually has really long uptime. Usually destroyer dispels that fast. He kills another destroyer. We don't have mana potion on the Death Knight. This actually looks quite good for Ahmpy. Bear goes down. Ahmpy randomly poops out an AMS potion, which gets removed by the destroyer up there. Mana burn on the Lich. I think that's about all the Demon Hunter can do. Nice staff out. Naga needs to run as well. He's not running. He loses the Naga. Neo kills it. He's at 50 population. Ahmpy is down to 25. It looked good for a bit, but Ahmpy misjudged the situation and pushed in too long, too hard. And although he was killing some destroyers, I think his defensive micro was significantly worse here than in some of the previous fights. Very hard to come back from this. He's also low on lumber. His Tree of Life finishes, but he's got several problems. Lack of lumber, lack of Naga, lack of army. Neo has very high hero levels. Gets a heal scroll, uses it instantly. There's really not a lot of threat here from Ahmpy, so this is a comfortable place to micro from. I think Neo played very stable for his level and did a good job here. Kills another Dryad. I think he prioritized well, good decision making, didn't get phased or flustered by anything Ahmpy threw at him. And he has that Temple of the Damned behind this. Hasn't used it yet. I think he decided to make it for bears, but then saw there were very few bears and decided not to use it. Which is actually a really good decision. A lot of people that make a building, they're just like, well, I'll just use it because this is what I do. But Neo thought, oh, it's mass dryads. Okay, let's not then. And looks like Neo has a war drums item from the middle camp that he took earlier, right before the base trade. He's basically got the 3 big camps on this map. War drums, Rope of the Magi, now he's getting the 3rd one. The 3 red spots all going to one player is usually a very solid indicator of who's going to be winning the map. Naga is going to be back soon, but it's only level 3. Ahmpy is only semi-saturating that gold mine right now. Swap the orb to the Death Knight. We get a small little pause champ. Maybe Lich could die. Maybe Lich could die here to Demon and Dryads. That would be the comeback that Ahmpy would have required. Not quite going for it. I think he was in a good position to do it. Oh, nice XP denial. That's 1 Abomination dead, but no 85 experience to the Demon Hunter. He will get 40 or 60 it is for this Fiend. Neo makes a successful escape. The red spot item is still up, which I think Ahmpy either didn't notice about or didn't care about at the time. By the way, look at these upgrades. Oh my god. 3 attack upgrades, no armor. Ahmpy should not be attacking now. His Naga is AFK at the rally that the altar had at the start of the game. Demon has no TP or invulnerability potion. His Dryads are disease clouded. He's got an expansion running. He's trying to make wisps, right, for lumber, but he could actually stop doing that because main ran out. 21 minutes. Neo's main hasn't run out yet, but there it is. And so he can go for an expansion. He's got the money to throw up a new expansion. Banshees are actually going to be coming out. They do have the full master upgrade, so he did actually invest. Ahmpy will now go for the red spot. That gets him very close to Demon level 5. Imagine if Neo wasn't as good at Dark Ritualing low units. Demon would have been 5 now for sure. Sobi Mask, pretty decent item. Would have been much more scary on Neo than it would be on Ahmpy. Heal Scroll, TP, Invul Potion, Staff. Okay, now everything is as it should be. With Staff and TP Scroll on the same hero. Invul there, and Staff of Teleportation. So now when Demon drops low, you can Staff him, and then Staff him back in after healing at the Moonwell. Ooh. Some ghoul pickups here would be pretty big. Can he get any? No, they're gone. And I can't believe Neo's shrewd approach here, finding another creep camp, a high value camp. Definitely showing his experience. He's going to take this very happily. A lot of bonus gold, XP, and items. Gets a Wand of Mana Steal. Death Knight still has a town portal. Like all good pros of Warcraft 3, Neo hates picking up tomes. Ahmpy's at 60 population. Neo's at 52. But much better heroes and full mana. Usually, Bam. Usually the way that Night Elf starts fight is run in, mana burn, staff the demon when he gets nuked. Come back in. Oh my god, that's a double possession. That's game. That's gotta be game. Double possession. Now suddenly you don't have bears. He needs mana burns on the DK. Non-stop. Neo played this great. A deserved 2-0 victory. It would actually be interesting to revisit another best of 3 between these two. Maybe in like 2 or 3 days. And see how it goes then. Because Ahmpy's going to be thinking about this in his dreams. He's going to have nightmares about Banshee possessions. Still making bears. He's getting killed by his own bears. Now that's just disrespectful. 3-1 upgrades do not transfer to the enemy. It matches how much Night Elf upgrades Neo has. Oh, enemy dead, please! Enemy dead, Neo! Do it now! You have the skill, do it! Unholy Aura level 2, you definitely have enemy dead. Do it. Do it! He's not gonna do it. I feel like it's your responsibility as a pro or entertainer to use ult when you get it, when you know you've already won. I took that role very seriously. When I was a pro player and I knew I already won, but the player didn't leave the game. And by the way, I never threw the game because of this. I know I have to quickly cast ult so that the audience can see it. That's the responsibility of a showman. Ahmpy's still trying. Lost his bear there. One more bear and Dryad. Even that Rejuvenate got devoured. Neo very diligent with his spell removals with the Destroyer. Showing what a powerful unit it is in the right hands. Ahmpy getting a couple of kills, right? Could do a mana burn here. Minus 150 on Death Knight. Decides no, I'd rather get Death Coiled. Orb still on Death Knight, by the way. Bam! Huge coil. Neo did not re-expand, by the way. He went all in. Any coilers? Nope. He's AFK. Oh, Nova! That's it. That's gotta be it. Ah! Ah! GG. GG and well-deserved 2-0 victory for Neo. Ahmpy, how does he feel?
So lame, man.
He's gonna uninstall. So lame when they take your bears. GG's. Thanks for playing. Well played both.
That strategy is so lame. Being able to take over the bears sucks.
I knew he's gonna think that.
Because I can't have a tank line.
I knew he's gonna think that.
Mountain giants can't be taken over? Oh my gosh, I didn't know that. Making bad habits playing bad games, by the way.
He has to process it. He seems quite competitive. And if he's anything like me, he doesn't want anyone to talk to him for 15 minutes after a bad loss. I hate losing, and so does he. I would not be able to take coaching immediately after a loss. Like, don't talk to me.
Grubby tips. It's hard to want coaching after losing like that, you know?
Yep. I get it. I soul read him.